The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni ngeni chineke ngende sona efewe na isiala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we na nzobe zibali anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali ngeni nekere kama mbona nekaya obia mlendi nden so na ya na isiala ndi obadi ndo ndina to kole no totoa eyi aba no wanene Because you will make a difference with your source and no more and we're not going to do it. But you know what? I would like you to know that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni ngeni chineke ngende sona efewe na isiala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we na nzobe zibali anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali ngeni nekere kama mbona nekaya obia mlendi nden so na ya na isiala ndi obadi ndo no totoa eyi aba no wanene and you were not young. Because you will make a Biafra with your source and we're not going to but you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing in 5 years to come. Thank you. So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own actions. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the state government brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building railway lines to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Onadi, you come to everyone, you come to Agulere, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way. And you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, you are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport. Refinery. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You are not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper to give the world the giving impression that everything is okay when things happen. Go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back and say Nigeria is one. You must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are useless intellectuals like you have. On one hand, say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I'm subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Herbert wrote to President Biden. In it, Herbert said, come and help us fight terrorism, in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep plotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say they say I'm insulting them, no, I'm not insulting them. Most of them are people. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by name, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation. To pray in the language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile, Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta mazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị ma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra.
We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what they are not saying. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what the Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that they entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial is not done anywhere in the world. And you wonder why God cost you people. You don't know what justice means. You have no idea what justice means. You don't know what justice means. Useless. You cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the law. Show me the law. I want to show me the law. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court's judgment you don't respect. Then why are we in a place? Why are we in a court of law? Defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to speak God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing. If you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because there will be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Omahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go to the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
We, the Biafrans, call the Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense, and therefore we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
Bondage in the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening by looking at the very laughable, I say laughable broadcast by Jubril Aminu El. Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
I'm going to help Martin and the kind
Thank you for joining. I welcome everyone that has connected to this program. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are joining from. Please like and share the program to other platforms, share to family and friends, share to everyone that is close to you. Make sure you invite someone to join us on this very morning program. If you are watching us on TikTok, you are watching us on Facebook, or you are with us on YouTube where we are hosting the program, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share to other platforms. Like and share to other platforms. Don't watch alone. In this very journey, it is our collective responsibility to make sure that our voice is heard. Remember, in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not preach hate. We don't attack people. We don't promote individuals. What we do here is to promote the cause of Biafra. We present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is what we do in this platform, and that is what we will continue to do until when we are free. So wherever you are joining us from, feel free to make your contributions because this platform is a platform for public opinion. As you are there watching, please type on the comment section and let me know that you are listening and you're hearing me. If you can hear my voice, write on the comment section and let me know that you can hear me wherever you are watching from. If you're watching on TikTok, or you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, whichever platform you are watching us, type on the comment section and let me know that you can hear me. I welcome every one of you. I appreciate you. And I thank you for being part of the program. I say, may Chukwu continue to guide and protect all of you. Thank you so much, my beloved brother, Coach Chooks. I appreciate you, Coach Chooks, for that wonderful response. It will be so amazing every time when you are here. And thank you for that wonderful support. So, my fellow Biafrans, you are all welcome once again to this very platform. And we will continue to preach the message of freedom, the freedom of the Biafran people. our own freedom. When we say Biafran people, it is you and I. It is you and I. There is no other person we are talking about. When we talk about Biafra, I am talking about myself. I'm talking about you that is out there watching. I'm talking about every one of us. We must continue to speak out regardless the challenges and obstacles. More especially at this particular point in this history of Nigeria when things are turning around. At this point that the whole world is focused on the contraption called Nigeria. At this point where the world is preparing to start taking action on Nigeria, we need to position ourselves properly and do what we have to do. We appreciate the United States of America for all their resilience and all the good work they are doing, for trying to pay attention to the plight of the people, the innocent citizens in that contraption called Nigeria. It is a thing of joy that they are paying attention. We appreciate more especially the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. We appreciate him for his wonderful work. We appreciate him for his resilience, consistency, and willingness to save the innocent in that contraption called Nigeria. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the United States of America. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless Biafra and all the Biafran people. No matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, we must continue to speak. We must continue to act. We must continue to air our opinion. Do not ever be distracted. Don't say you will not speak again because they are not hearing me. Don't say you will not speak again because you are not getting the support you want. Don't say you will not speak again because your request has not been met. We must continue to speak and speak and speak over and over again for as much as we can until we are heard. It is said that consistency is the key. The moment you stop speaking, you are giving room for the enemy to wax stronger. The moment you relent in talking, adding your own voice, at that moment, you have only succeeded in giving the enemy the chance. That is why we must continue to talk. Whether they will hear us or not, whether it is one person, two people, or three people that are listening, continue to talk. At least one person out there is listening. It doesn't matter how big, how small your platform is, continue to speak. You don't know who is listening. You don't know who is listening. You don't know who is paying attention. You don't know whose message is going to turn the situation around. That is why it is important for you to speak and speak. Anytime you have the opportunity, we know we have our private lives. I do have my own life also. squeezing out time to talk about the issue of Biafra it has not been easy. Sometimes it's so tiring, we get tired after doing other activities, you come online and speak. Sometimes you hardly have time to rest and prepare for the broadcast. You go to work, come back from work, and you focus on other things. Sometimes you hardly find time for yourself. And sometimes you sit back and ask yourself, all these trials, troubles, does it really worth it? So many of us ask ourselves that question sometimes. Does it really worth it? The stress, the danger we expose ourselves into, the enmity that we attract to ourselves. Does it really worth it? But I tell you, each time I ask myself that question, the answer I get is yes, it's worth it. Each time I ask myself that question, the answer I get is yes. Do more if you can. Each time I ask myself that question, the answer I get is don't relent, continue to do even more. And I bet you, by the special grace of Chukwukabia, we will definitely succeed. And we will never fail. No matter what the enemies are saying, no matter what the enemies are doing, we shall overcome. Today, the topic we are discussing today says, Biafra is not a crime. Nigeria's denial, Igbo suffering, and the coming reality. Where do you stand? I will take it again. The topic today says, Biafra is not a crime. Nigeria's denial, Igbo suffering, and the coming reality. Where do you stand? My fellow Biafrans, every one of us have to pay attention as we carry on this program. Remember, our program is always an interactive section. So you feel free to join us when it is time to make your contributions. And while you are making your contribution, you must not agree with everything that I say. That's why you must have to put down some points for yourself. You can explain better than I'm doing. You can elaborate more. You can make corrections. You can call my attention. You can equally add to whatever I have to say. So it is an interactive section. It is not, I'm not claiming to know it all. And I'm not the only one speaking on this platform. There are so many people who are speaking here. You've had so many voices in this platform several times. So it's a platform for public opinion. As I always say, you are entitled to your opinion. Wherever the message hurts you, I'm sorry, I can't help you, but that is the message. A time will come when the message is going to be sweet to you, you take it. And when it hurts you, you look towards your direction and see if there's a place you are falling behind, there's something you're not doing right, you correct it. Likewise, myself, sometimes people come and they speak in a manner that I don't appreciate. At the end of the day, I go back and look at what they have said. If I find that there is sense in what they are saying, I learn from it. That is why we are here, learning. So I urge every one of us to participate on this very discussion today. We are not going to waste much time. We do justice to it and we call it a day. You know, this is a festive time. It is a festive time. By next week, our Christian brothers and sisters are going to be celebrating Christmas. So today is already 19. And it is a very busy time. 5 days to Christmas. People are busy going for shopping, visiting, traveling. There are so many events taking place as we speak. So it is not a time to sit in a place and waste much time, because many audience will not have that time to sit in a place and listen for hours. So we try to pass the message as much as we can, as quick as we can, and then we call it a day to come back next time and continue whenever we have the time. But as long as we have health, we will always come around and share views with Biafrans and lovers of freedom across the world. Wherever you are watching from around the world, I welcome every one of you. Today we are speaking about a truth Nigeria has refused to accept. You know, the contraption called Nigeria is built on lies, just as we said yesterday. It's built on control, not on justice, not on truth. And that is why when you talk about the truth, they get agitated. When you speak about justice, they don't understand it. So today we are speaking about the truth Nigeria has refused to accept. A truth they deny on television every day. A truth they suppress with their power. A truth they silence with their propaganda. That truth, we are going to be speaking about it today. This is an assignment that we have to continue to speak that truth and make sure that it don't suppress it. Remember the word of Marginalization. The promise of Marginalization to Nigeria is that he will destroy it with the truth. Not with arms and ammunition, not with the bomb, not with the AK-47. Marginalization made it clear that he will destroy Nigeria with only the microphone. The truth, his word. And that he has succeeded in doing today. The continued marginalization of the Igbo people, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, the Biafran people, and the dangerous denial by the Nigerian government. That is what we have to discuss today. They don't want to hear it. They use their television, they use their power to suppress it. They use propaganda to suppress it, just like what you saw the one that called himself Dave Umahi saying, denying the obvious. Something that even a non-Igbo person would not say. A non-Igbo person will not dare to say such. But he had Dave Umahi telling you that the Igbos are not marginalized. But the continued marginalization of the Igbo people, the Biafran people, and the dangerous denial by the Nigerian government is what we have to pay attention to today. Today I will explain calmly. We will try to explain it calmly, clearly, truthfully, why Biafra is not just necessary, but unstoppable. At the end of this program, you will realize that Biafra is not just necessary, but unstoppable. If you believe in justice, stay with us on this program. It doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your region, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter your orientation, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter your religion. If you believe in justice, stay with us in this program. If you believe in truth, share this broadcast to every platform. If you believe in the truth, if you're one of those who love the truth to be heard, who propagate the truth and is fighting to make sure the truth is not silenced, share this program to all platforms. Share it. My fellow Biafrans, I want every one of us to pay attention. Sometimes when we talk about marginalization, it is very important we understand what marginalization is. It is important we understand what marginalization is. Sometimes we use this language because to Nigeria itself and those in that contraption, English language has different meanings for them. Every English language has a different meaning for an ordinary person in Nigeria, their politicians, and their government. You have a different meaning. So we have to make it clear when we talk about marginalization, what it means. Let us start with facts, not emotion. We are now going with facts, not emotions. Marginalization is not about how people feel. Did you hear me? Marginalization is not just about people's feeling. Marginalization we are talking about is about pattern, is about structures, is about outcomes. It is very important we make these things clear because each time we keep on talking about this marginalization, people misunderstand it. Some just take it as a mere feeling. And you've seen some people online who come to push this very narrative. That is just a propaganda, it's a feeling that people feel. But I want you to know that marginalization is not about people's feeling. It is about a pattern that was put in place. It is about the structure that is put in place that everybody can see. The pattern that even the blind can see. The outcomes of the system. That is the marginalization we talk about. Each time we talk about marginalization. For decades, the Igbo people have been systematically excluded. It is a system, systematically planned, made a pattern, structured. Excluded from power, excluded from security, and excluded from opportunity in Nigeria. Understand it is not a feeling. It is a pattern that has been put in place. It is a structure. And the outcomes you see in Nigeria for decades that have systematically been put in place to exclude the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, from power, from security, from opportunities in Nigeria. And these things are not very difficult to find. All you need to do is to pay attention. All you need to do is to take a review, look at the federal appointments in Nigeria, look at the security leadership, look at infrastructure distribution, then look at economic access. When you look at these very important issues, then you will come back and you will go and educate Dave Umahi and the rest of them who think that marginalization is just about feelings. It is not. All these things we mentioned is not coincidence. The appointments, the leadership, the infrastructure distribution, the economic access is not coincidence. It is not a mistake. But all these things are designed by the caliphate with the help of the British. When a people are consistently excluded, regardless of competence, regardless of population, regardless of contribution, that is marginalization. You didn't hear me. When a people consistently are excluded, not just excluded, they are excluded regardless whether they are competent or not. They are excluded, not minding their population. They are excluded, not minding their contribution in the nation. This is what is called marginalization. You know, sometimes we need to go extra mile to break this thing down so that people will understand that it's not just a rhetoric. But there are people that just talk about it as a rhetoric and run away with it. Like when you go to their conventional media, the way they talk about, the way they present it, you think it's just a feeling that people have. No, maybe because they are seeking for pity, maybe because seeking for attention. It is not. That is why we have to break it down for you. We have to break it down for you to understand that when a people consistently excluded, regardless of their competence, population, or contribution, that is marginalization. And the marginalization of the Biafran people, the Igbo Biafrans more especially, is a policy. It is not an accident. It is not something that just happened accidentally. It is a policy that was put in place by the federal government itself. But our problem is not this alone. Marginalization is not problem alone. The major issue is the marginalization and also the denial. The most dangerous weapon is the denial. The way they deny the marginalization. Just like what you saw Dave Umahi doing. It is shameful. It is disgraceful. And it is unbelievable. Just like what you saw Dave Umahi do. Nigeria's most dangerous weapon, denial. Denial of that marginalization. You see them deny it every opportunity they get. The recent one is that of Dave Umahi that you saw on live television, proudly speaking and calling numbers and talking rubbish. Nigeria's greatest weapon is not force. It is denial. They deny marginalization. They deny injustice. They deny history. These are three major things that matters in human life. Three major things that make human exist like human beings. They deny marginalization. They deny injustice. They deny history. But you and I know that marginalization is on the highest level in Nigeria. Injustice is the order of the day. The case of history is that they even remove history in their curriculum. But yet they deny all this. When a government denies reality, it becomes hostile to truth. And that is why you see today that making a protest in Nigeria is a death sentence. Speaking the truth in Nigeria or asking for justice is calling for death sentence in Nigeria today. because the government denies reality. They become hostile to the truth. Denial allows injustice to continue unchecked. Denial allows oppression to feel normal, as it is in Nigeria today. Denial turns victim into suspect. This is what we see in the contraption called Nigeria today. Every time Igbo people speak, they are told to keep quiet for unity. Every time we, the Biafrans, we speak, they tell us to keep quiet for unity. Unity and peace of the graveyard. But unity without justice is nothing but oppression. Unity without justice is nothing but oppression. You cannot heal a nation by denying its wounds. It's not possible. Biafra is necessary, and I will tell you why. Biafra is necessary for Biafran people to survive. And I'll tell you why. And I will say this clearly and calmly. Biafra is not born out of hatred. Did you hear me? I say Biafra is not born out of hatred. Biafra is born out of necessity. When a state fails to protect you, when a system refuses to respect you, refuses to represent you, when dialogue is replaced with intimidation, self-determination becomes survival. That is why we are where we are today. And that is why Biafra is necessary. Very, very necessary. Because self-determination is the only survival that we will have as Biafran people. Biafra represents dignity. Biafra represents safety. Biafra represents future, where a child is not punished for their identity. No people should have to beg to exist. But that is what is happening in Biafra land today. Biafra land are begging to exist, and the whole world is watching. On daily basis, we are begging to barely exist. The whole world is watching and they are silent. That is not fair. It is very unfair to us, the Biafran people. And I want to tell you, if you think that your intimidation can stop Biafra, you are joking. Self-determination is not a crime. Self-determination is not a crime. That is why Biafra is unstoppable. Biafra is unstoppable. It doesn't matter what you say. There are some truths that Nigeria fear most. And those truths they fear most are: you can delay a movement. You can suppress a voice. But you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Like the issue of Biafra. The time of Biafra has come. There is nothing you can do to stop it. The earlier you begin to learn to live with it and accept it, the better. You can't stop it. Biafra is no longer just a territory. It is a consciousness. It lives in conversations. It lives in history. It lives in the demand for justice. So wherever you turn to, you will see Biafra. Until Nigeria is disintegrated, wherever you turn to, you will see Biafra right before you, no matter who you are. Biafra will come. The more it is denied, the stronger it grows. And they can testify to this, that the more they deny us Biafra, the stronger Biafra grows. History is clear. Every oppressed people that demanded justice was first called dangerous. That is why sometimes when you see this name calling, only the light-minded ones get worried and get agitated. When they call you names, you are terrorists, they call you this and call you that. Feeble-minded are bothered, but we don't care. Because history is clear. Every oppressed people that demanded justice was first called dangerous. That is how the world found them dangerous. Simply because they are asking for their freedom. So whatever is happening in our own case today, we are not surprised. But I want the world to know that denial only delays the inevitable. Denial only delays the inevitable. That is why we are sending a strong message to the world and to Nigeria. This is not a threat. This is a warning from history. No nation survived by silencing a people forever. No. No country remains stable while refusing dialogue. No. Justice delay becomes instability multiplied. These are facts that you can't deny. The world must understand. Peace does not come from force. Peace comes from justice, dialogue, and respect. That is how you get peace. It is not by force, but by justice, by dialogue, and by respect. So the ball is on your court. For us, we will not stop. It doesn't matter what they say, what they do, we will not stop. Peace without justice is just another postponement of the doomsday. That is why we will continue to call for justice. So many atrocities have been committed against Biafran people, even by the British. They have not been able to apologize up to today. Nobody has a health account. They are still moving around freely and enjoying themselves. But we cannot allow that to continue. Every one of them must be brought to book. Both those who participated in the Civil War, committed crime against the Biafran people, and so many of them. In whichever role you have played, you must pay for it. And the time is drawing very near. You must pay for it. Prepare yourself. Chukwu will never disappoint us, and he will never let us down. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are and you're watching us, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, do not give up your faith. Do not get distracted. A lot of things are going to happen. So many things are going to happen. So many obstacles are going to become. But I bet you, Chukwu Kabiam will never let us down. No matter what happens, the truth will always be revealed. A lot is going on at this particular point in time, in the time of Christmas. You must key in and tap into it for your freedom. That is what we ask. And before we proceed, Let us have a very quick break.
Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us. And I wish you all an advance Merry Christmas. All the Christians, all the Biafran Christians, wherever you are, we are wishing you a very happy festive period. This time is a time of temptation, it's a time of challenges. While you are celebrating the Christmas, you must be very careful. Be mindful of where you go and what you do. Also, remain security conscious because the battle is still on. Don't ever forget the battle is still on. So you must be security conscious wherever you are in this festive period. My prayer is that every one of us should live and get into the new year together. As we have been able to run the race all the way from January till December, we have some few days into the new year. We pray that Chukwu Okike will lead all of us into the year 2026. And that 2026 will bring freedom to us, to bring breakthrough for us. We shall see the end of the 2025. 2025 shall not see our end. So, my fellow Biafrans, let us listen. As you know, the tragedy in Nigeria and the denial of the truth in Nigeria, the more they continue to deny the truth, we will continue to bring them out. We will bring them out, including the ones that are coming out from their own conventional media. So in this very video, we're going to show a testimony of somebody who was kidnapped by Boko Haram. You know, some of them, when they come to the national TV, they will tell you there is no group, no Muslim group that is fighting against the Christians. Or there is no Christian genocide. There is no targeted attack on Christians. But evidence of those targeted attacks are everywhere. There are numerous evidence of targeted attacks. New ones are coming up on a daily basis. But yet, the government continues to deny. The caliphate continues to deny. Those who benefit from this evil continue to deny it. Those who want to Islamize Nigeria continue to deny it. But this time around, there is no place to hide. We are changing the narrative, and we will change the narrative together. Wherever you are, if you see something, say something. Share everything you have within you. Let the world hear and hear clearly. Let us listen to a testimony of somebody who was kidnapped by the Boko Haram, why they kidnapped her, what she went through, and how she escaped. Let's watch.
Well, glad to have you back. You're still watching Arise Prime Time with me, Ndi Amogo. Tonight, a first-hand account of abduction and survival in the Boko Haram camp. Faina Akilaus, who is from Adamawa State, was abducted in October 2020 while traveling back to Maiduguri. She says she was taken into the forest near the Chad-Cameroon Niger border, where she spent more than 4 years in captivity. Well, during that time, Faina endured forced labor, hunger, beatings, attempted indoctrination, and repeated punishment for trying to escape. On October 24, 2024, last year, Faina and another captive escaped, trekking for days before reaching safety and receiving medical care in Maiduguri. A very interesting story indeed. Now, reunited with her family, Faina Akilaus joins us to share her story. Like you heard me say, I'm glad to have you, Faina. We're discussing behind the scene, and I was quite enthralled at the story you've been telling me and your determination. You went to meet for introduction, your fiance, and on your way back,
yes,
your boss was intercepted, and then they told you to recite. They told people, all of you, to recite the Muslim prayer, and you couldn't do it, and that was when they told you to come down. Yeah, tell us the story.
Did you hear that? That this girl you are seeing here was going to meet her fiancé. She was about to get married. On the way, she was being kidnapped by Boko Haram. Why did they kidnap her? Because she's a Christian. They stopped the bus that she's inside. When they stopped their bus, they asked them to recite the Quran. And those who could not be able to recite the Quran are taken away. Only those who are able to recite are left to go. And when they came to their bus, every other person recited the Quran. Only her could not recite because she's a Christian. That was how they kidnapped her. Hear her story.
Told you to come down from the bus, and what happened eventually?
They now take me to their own vehicle. They took me to their vehicle, and now I was like, I was like begging them first time. Begging them, they now said, no, I should go. That is, and now push me inside their vehicle. And I said, okay, that is, and I kept quiet there. They started, because at that spot we were 3 in number.
That came down from the bus?
No, from different vehicles.
Okay.
We were 3 that we were captured.
But you were the only one from your own bus?
Yes.
That was a Christian?
Yes, I was the only one in my own bus. So That is how they now captured the three of us in different vehicles. They now start taking us to their forest then. So we did 2.5 days. We started the journey on Monday. That is on 19 October 2020. So we started the journey in 1920, then 21. We arrived to their camp. So when we get there, we met with their boss, and he was telling us that he asked our name and everything. He did a video for us that very day.
He said people should do a video.
Yes, that very day.
For the federal government.
Yeah, not the very day. After 3 days,
Okay.
that very day we met. He just snapped us and asked our names, where we are from. We now told him. That's okay. So after 3 days, he now came back and said, okay, now we have to plead for the federal government for our release, so that they will support us and give it. When we tell them of our own background, they said, then they said, they will say that, I know your family will not pay the kind of money we want except the government. And I say, yes. And I said, we now make the video. We did that video. We were even expecting them to tell us, okay, government has settled us, so this, that. No, we waited for how many months? Up to 7 months, nothing.
They didn't send it to government eventually?
They didn't send it. I don't think they sent it, because if they send it when I came out, people will say it now. Nobody said about it. Nobody says anything. We were like, okay. Because even though when the place was silent, they are not even telling us anything. They will just keep us. We were just inside one of their room like that, their cage. I will just call it like cage. So we were just inside. They'll just come and preach as usual. Igbo should Islamize, though. Your own religion is not the real religion. That is how, at that spot there, we will reach up to 11. Is it 11 or 12? Because
they wanted you to convert to
Islam.
To Islam?
Religion, yes.
And you said no?
No. I said no. Will not convert. I said, in their own law, if you did not convert to Islam,
They turn you to slave.
You become their slave.
So you became a slave. So what did being a slave entail in the camp? What did it mean for you to be their slave?
Yeah, well, because one, I'm a Christian, and they just want us to, if we don't want to be this slave, we'll become a Muslim. So if we don't want that, we'll become a Christian, but we'll be their slave to do some house chores, other things for them at home.
You were carrying wood, fetching water, and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
What gave you the strength of character, determination to say no? Because it wasn't only once that wanted you to convert to Muslim, but you kept on resisting.
No, it's not only once. It's not only once. They normally came to our...
These are some of the things that idiot came on national TV was denying. You hear this lady saying, she was abducted because she's a Christian. They were checking cars. And among the cars, in their own car, she is the only Christian that can. They dropped her. Likewise, other people. And when they take them to terrorist camp, they were about 12. And in that camp, they continue to force them to either change their religion or become a slave to them. But you see people come to national television and they deny this. They say there is no persecution against Christians. There is no attack against Christians. They are all living fine and all that. Continue to deny the obvious. This testimony is made in a national TV. We are hearing it, but yet people will still come and sit on this same table and deny what this girl is confessing now.
Our place, and they said it's preach. They'll preach for us. They are preaching for us to become a better people in life, and others which become, if we become their religion, life will be better for us.
For 9 months, you refused?
Yes, for 9 months. When we were in that place for 9 months, before they started separating us, so we now said, since they say we will not Islamize, then they will separate each and every one of us to go to their Oga houses then, to become their slaves then.
And then you tried to escape the first time?
Yeah, even though when we arrived, yes, when we arrived, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on Saturday night around 7 o'clock, me and Auntie Jumai tried to escape.
You met Jumai there in the camp?
In that spot that they captured.
Okay.
We were together with her, so we escaped that very day. That was on Saturday. throughout the night. Around 7 p.m. we walked throughout the night. In morning, we now had a baby cry. We thought we never knew that they have a family, neither children with them there. So we now had a baby voice. We thought it's all those Fulani men, and maybe it's them that they used to raid their cow clothes. So we just did salam alaikum and enter inside. When we enter inside, the people now came out and saw us. They started shouting because their way of dressing with ours is different. So then they started shouting, "Who are those people?" The husband and goes and carry is gone. Hey, when we saw him, we say, actually it was them again. That is now, they now kept us.
And this time around, they chained you.
No, they did not chain us this time, this first one, but they beat the hell out of us. Where we went trek and went to, it was very far place. From that side, where we are coming back to that camp that we tried to escape, it's beating throughout. We are
Were you doing this in the night, trekking in the night? Or
yes, it was in the night. It was in the night.
Through the bush?
Yes, through bush and water. It was in the night.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Then, I mean, we have a short time. I mean, the interesting part of the story is that you eventually escaped second time around or so. So how did you tell the story of how you managed to escape?
The last one?
Yeah, the one that you succeeded in escaping.
Okay.
I mean, you're here today. You spent 4 years there. So how did you eventually manage to escape?
Yeah. With God, all things are possible too. We prayed over it, and God have mercy on us because of, like me, I tried to escape once, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time I succeed. Yes.
On each occasion they caught you?
Yes, they caught me. If they caught me, they would tie my legs with chains, with this motor ring.
You weren't afraid trying to escape and being caught again?
I said I will keep on trying until I succeed, though, as far as I'm concerned.
You have some heart.
Yeah, it's God that just...
So eventually what happened? How did you manage to escape?
So when already they know there, and this other woman, this Fulani woman used to sell fra and nono in that area. So we now went, and I met one of the women and said to you, I heard that if we used to help people to escape, we to want to escape, we should help also. And she now said, no, she cannot do it, that she's scared. Normally, if they capture them, they will kill them. So she's scared. That is how I keep on disturbing this woman. When she's coming to sell fra for us, I will just be disturbing her. So at long last, she now accept that, okay, she should talk to her husband, because she's not the one that will take us as her husband. She will let her talk to her husband. When she talk to her husband will know what to do. You
told me that you people had to pay 250,000.
Yeah.
And I was asking you, how did you get 250,000 in the camp?
Yeah, we saw some of their things then, and our own things that we bought there. Just sometimes they used to give money, so just did it. And so sometimes we used to save the money that they give us. We just save it, because we used to hear that these people used to if you met better person, they will now help you and escape, even though they
imagine that Boko Haram even pay the people they kidnap. Just look at what she's narrating. In that camp, they are so organized that they create labor for them, they pay them, they can transact them. You can imagine her raising 200,000 naira in the camp of the Boko Haram to pay for her escape. That must be a very strong transaction going on there. And this is a place your Nigerian government military cannot be able to locate. In a place where there is such transaction, where the life is running inside Nigeria, there is a different life running. They create an environment for themselves. Just listen to what she said. For her to escape, she has to raise 200,000 naira. Within that, how did she raise it? She explained. They do businesses there. They do transactions. They even give them money there. That means sometimes they just give them a token. They sold something, and wherever buying and selling is going on, there is life going on. It means there's a community existing within themselves. When she said it, so it's not like if she took something from there, come to the town and said, within there, she was able to do business and raise 200,000 to take herself out. Now, what I'm trying to say is for you to get the picture of what you have inside Nigeria. These are the people that are talking about sovereignty. This is a country that is talking about sovereignty. Look at somebody in Boko Haram camp telling you how Boko Haram is organized in their camp, that they run a different country altogether, run their own economy. That somebody can be, when you hear they are in Sambisa forest, it's a forest. In that forest, this girl was able to do a business, do a husband, and be able to raise 200,000 to free herself. From the money she was being given, from the things she sold, from transactions. It speaks volume of what is going on with this terrorist group. This is a group that the government will tell you they don't know. The same government that sends spy plane to Burkina to go and spy Burkina, that have jets scattered everywhere, yet there is a country existing inside Nigeria, yet they wouldn't see it. The same people that will come to Biafra land and begin to bomb the Liberation Army people, begin to bomb the civilians in Biafra land. But in that same country, another land is being created. Another country is created, and they are running the affairs. And nobody cares. A terrorist government will not care. That is why we say Nigerian government is a terrorist government. It doesn't matter how you talk about it. It is a fact that you cannot deny.
She's scared. That is how I keep on disturbing this woman. When she's coming to sell for us, I will just be disturbing her. So at long last, she now accept that, okay, she should talk to her husband, because she's not the one that will take us as her husband. She will let her talk to her husband. When she talk to her husband will know what to do.
You told me that you people had to pay 250,000.
Yeah.
And I was asking you, how did you get 250,000 in the camp?
Yeah, we saw some of their things then. And our own things that we bought there. Just sometimes they used to give money. So we just did it, and so sometimes we used to save the money that they give us. We just save it, because we used to hear that these people used to if you met better person, they will not.
You can imagine Boko Haram used to give them money. They saved money and they sold some things there and raised 200,000. You can imagine if a terrorist group can be giving money to their captive, to the extent they can be able to save up to 200,000. But people, citizens in Nigeria, do not have any compensation from their government. Citizens of Nigeria do not have anything they gain from their government. The citizens, many of them do not have 3 square meal a day. They don't have access to normal, they don't have access to certain things, benefit that people should get from the government. Something as simple as even protection, security of their life and properties. They don't have. But in the camp of the Boko Haram, somebody can be there and raise money to make her way out. What a shame.
Help you and escape, even though themselves, if you met them themselves, the good ones that will show you the way to, but you have to pay money, everybody with his own amount of money that you want. So that is how we now keep on saving money too.
Well, fine, we don't have all the time. I wish I could have had more of the story. And then you lost your brother, who is a soldier, to
the same year
before you
that April
traveled. Yes, so sorry, but we thank God that you're alive, you're well, and of course your fiance that you went to the introduction had already married even before you came out. It's all right. We trust that, and you were even doing business. Are you back to your business? Before I let you go now.
Yeah.
You're back to your business.
Assist me. Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
You have had a testimony of somebody who escaped from Boko Haram while she was trying to go for her marriage introduction. And of course, before she could come out after 5 years in captivity, the husband had married someone else. See what she passed through. And this short explanation tells you how efficient the Boko Haram are in the forest that they are. They are even more efficient than your government, your Nigerian government. These are the people that are talking about sovereignty. When you listen to her, you find out that this is another country existed inside Nigeria that talks so much about sovereignty. They are only very serious about sovereignty when there is issue to defend the ordinary people, the Christians, the Biafrans. When Biafrans call for self-determination, that is when they know about sovereignty. But you and I know that Nigeria is not sovereign. It is a shame. It is a very big shame. And we will never pretend that we are not seeing what is happening. We must continue. Regardless of all the nonsense that they are doing, we must continue, and we will continue to speak the truth and nothing but. If the truth makes you cry, cry more. If the truth we are speaking makes you not to come and watch us, or not to come and block us, or come and take down our video, go ahead and do it. Am I going to stop? No. I will continue to preach my message of the truth and nothing but the truth. The evil of Nigeria, supported by the British, they will never stop. Biafra is not a crime. Nigeria continues to deny the evil, the genocide, the atrocities, the human rights abuse against Biafrans and against indigenous people. The Igbos have suffered enough in Nigeria. The coming reality is that we are not part of Nigeria anymore, and we will never be part of it. That is the coming reality. We are not part of the Nigeria. Biafra is going to be free. That is the reality. We are going to be free. But the question is, where do you stand? Are you ready to be free? Because from the attitude of some of us Biafrans, we are not even ready to be free. Some of us are busy following sheepishly. Some of us are busy seeking for whom to abuse and whom to curse. Some of us are busy trying to push propaganda and blackmail to satisfy their selfish interests. Who cares? I don't give a damn what you do or who you follow or who you support I don't care. My focus is on my own freedom. It is left for you. If you want to be free, it's up to you. If you don't want to be free, it is equally up to you. Nobody can force freedom onto another person. No. You can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. That is how the journey of Biafra is. And that is why I stand where I stand. You are entitled to stand wherever you want to stand. I don't care who you follow, who you believe, who you want to dine with. It is up to you. But the only thing you have to have at the back of your mind, while you follow sheepishly, there is a consequence for every single thing you do or say. There's a consequence. You saw the idiot who was saying that there is no Christian genocide. A lady, she thought that maybe it's just typing on Twitter. You are just typing on Twitter, oh, there's no Christian genocide, nothing, oh, you're living fine. And the next attack, she died. The same thing is in this our struggle, in this our Biafra issue. When we talk about Biafra, you come out and you attack somebody, you come out, you call people names, you come out, you push propaganda against an innocent person that did nothing to you, only because maybe your tone and his tone doesn't align. Only because he has chosen his own path, what to talk about and what to talk about. You push propaganda, you push lie, you attack that person. Wait for it. It is a question of time. You are going to face the consequence of your action. You can never escape it. Just like Nigeria is facing the consequence of their action, the United Kingdom is facing the consequence of their action. What United Kingdom is suffering today is what they did against Biafran people. The genocide they committed against Biafran. Fighting war against Biafrans with starvation, which is against international law. Using starvation in war. The British imposed blockade. It's not Nigeria. Who the hell is Nigeria to impose blockade on Biafra? Nigeria couldn't do that alone. But the British imposed blockade. And they used hunger on us. Today, look at them, they are crying. And the same way they made our land be taken over, their own land will be taken over. Except they step up and be in the front line of us to regain our land. If they refuse to be in the front line for us to regain our land, British will lose their land. They will lose, they are already losing it. You see them online on different platforms crying and shouting. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. For everything you do, there will be a consequence. For every decision you take, for everything you do, karma is real. It will come back to you. It will definitely come back. It's a question of time. That is why I don't bother myself with certain issues. Once I am convinced within my mind that what I'm doing is right, I don't care what you say. I don't give a damn. Except when after talking, if I go back and see that my conscience is troubling me, I will know that that word is not true. But when I speak and my conscience is clear, I have no guilt in me. I don't care how you feel. I don't care whether you watch or you don't watch or you share or you don't share, or whether you attack me or not. It doesn't. That is why when I do my program, I don't go and begin to watch people and hear what they talk or what they say about me. Including when I post program. When I post after, the only time I can read comments sometimes is when I'm doing program. As I'm doing program now, I'll read comments. But after live program, maybe I post a video. I don't go to check what people post or what they write in my posts. I don't have that time. I don't have that time. The only place I make my corrections is on my live streams. If anybody feels there is something I'm saying that is not in line, you come here, you put your own point and you narrate it and put it here. There's every possibility that my attention will be caught. If I'm making a mistake, I can make correction. But for you to try to denigrate me or talk down on me or attack me, I don't see it. It's not happening. I don't see it. I don't pay attention to such nonsense. I know it's happening. I've come across some of them. When I scroll around, sometimes you have to move around and see what is going on. I just bump in and I see somebody mentioning my name. And I laugh because it's funny. It's funny. Whatever you do, there will be a consequence for what you do. Whatever you say, there will be consequence. That lie you are spilling against somebody, that lie you are telling against an innocent person, it will come back to haunt you. You will never go scot-free. It's just a question of time. You see, why some people feel that God is not real is because God doesn't act like your deities. God doesn't act like evil spirits that you invoke and it will go and begin to work immediately. God gives you a long time. But I bet you there is no crime you commit, you will not face the consequence. Even though you are forgiven, but the punishment will always be there. For everything you do, the punishment will follow you, even if you are forgiven. Even when Chukwu forgive you, you must face the consequence of your actions. You saw it, those of us who are Christians in the Bible, people who kill, they die by the sword. They died by the sword. Chukwu didn't leave them. He still loved them. He kept them. But they paid for their sins they committed. They paid. They paid. It is not only in anything you do when you push lie against your brother, against your sister. You push a false narrative. That is why I tell you, if you are not sure about something, don't even talk about it. When you are not sure about something, don't talk about it. That is why in my platform here, I can't defend what I don't know. I have said it before on my program that whatever is not clear to me, I won't defend it. Whatever I talk about, when you come here to challenge me on it, I will defend it to the best of my knowledge with information that I have known and verified. But until you verify an information, don't go and begin to curse somebody, whether a man, a woman, poor, rich, old, young, leader, follower. Don't. Don't just begin to curse people because you see group of people are cursing a person. You see group of people talking bad about somebody because the majority is talking. Then you join them and begin to talk. No. Don't join. Don't say because majority of people are saying this, you just follow them and you begin to. No, you don't. You must follow the truth, even if it is only you standing. Forget. Even if only you stand, even if only you, your family is against you, your friends against you, and you are convinced within your heart that you're standing the truth. Patience. Go on. It's a question of time. You will be vindicated. You will definitely be vindicated. It's a question of time. It is important to want to be careful for whatever you do. As a group, as an individual, as a person, be careful. When we talk about some of us today who are facing challenges that are brought upon by our families, there are some of us that are suffering what came through the family lineage, a curse that came through the family lineage, a trouble that came through the family lineage. Maybe because of once the parents did, what your grandparents did, or whatever. A quarrel that was transferred. You see, aggression, quarrel, hatred that was transferred from generation to generation. Something you're not even aware of. That is how dangerous all those evil are. But if you are standing on the truth, a time will come, even if it doesn't happen in your generation, your own generation will come that they will be honored and say, their father, their brother, their sister was the one who was standing and shouting and said, no, I don't support this, I don't support this. It doesn't matter. Even if you are at that time when you are talking, nobody realized it, nobody believed you. Continue to stand on your truth. It's a question of time. The light will always shine. You can never cover it. With time, you will be vindicated. And I bet you will be vindicated. Nothing will, you'll be vindicated. It's a question of time. So exercise patience. And if you have done anything evil, you didn't confess, you didn't repent, wait for it. Even if you repent, the punishment will still come. It is even better that you don't even commit at all. There are certain atrocities you commit against, more especially speaking against a man, a woman, a fellow human being. You push lie, propaganda against them. Something even you yourself, you know that this thing is a lie. Some don't know, but they didn't verify because their friend is talking about it, their brother is talking about it, their group is talking about it. They join and begin to talk. They didn't have time to verify. That is why I talked about, that was the day I preached a message of following sheepishly here. Even as you're listening to me, don't just listen because I am speaking. When you listen, you apply your own common sense and make use of those things you know within yourself that are truth. Because truth stands on its own. Nobody's going to force truth in your truth. The only people that cannot identify the truth are the people whose conscience are dead. We know there are people that are conscience are dead. They can't stand the truth. And we can't help such people. They are not the people, the reasons we are here. For every single thing you do, the evil that men do, live with them, not after them anymore. Look at Britain today. Look at what is happening in Britain. Look at what is happening in Britain today. They are losing their own land. These were the people who fought Christianity, who brought Christianity into Africa. These were the people who were in front line of spreading Christianity across the world. Today, they are the ones that are in front line of rejecting Christianity. They are the ones fighting against every group, Christian group that is existing, including in their own country. If you come outside in the UK and you preach with the Bible, they arrest you. But today, another religion is taking over their entire country. They are taking over by force, and there's nothing they can do about it. When it was happening to us in Biafra land, they kept quiet. When it was happening against us in Biafra land, they kept quiet. The West entirely kept quiet. Today, the West is crying. That thing that happens to Biafra in 1967 to 1970, it is happening against others today. We survived. We survived the attack. We survived the intimidation. We survived the oppression. We survived the hunger. But today, they are going to pay. It is not a curse. When somebody say, what you wish for others, let it happen to you. Is that a bad prayer? It is not a bad prayer. Whatever I wish others, let it happen to you, to me. It's not a bad prayer. Your good wishes for other people. If you are somebody that always wish people evil for nothing, for no just cause, you are wishing people evil for no just cause, it will come back to you. When it begin to happen to you, will you be worried? You don't have to be worried because you call for it. The Biafran people suffered through the civil war, starved, our children. Most of the death that was recorded during the civil war was through starvation, sponsored and powered by the British themselves. Nigerian government starved us. Today, Nigeria is starving. Nigeria is starving, and they're going to starve more. See the northern part of Nigeria, they have the richest man in Africa, yet the poorest zone. Every one of them that we are together to fight against us and create havoc in our land, they are all crying today. The terrorist is running them over. But when it was against Biafra, they said, oh, it's an Igbo man. Their focus was an Igbo man. Today, the game has changed. That is how the world is. Be careful what you wish for. Let us hear this. One of the experiences of the people during the Civil War. This is an extract from the Civil War event. Somebody who was there during the Civil War was telling a story of the starvation and what Nigerian government did. Let us just watch this briefly.
And water.
Completely.
Why did you allow that to happen?
100%.
Why did it happen?
Well, with the capture of Calabar, Bonny, and Port Harcourt, the sea line was completely.
You had no access to the sea.
No access.
So Biafra could not defend the sea.
No.
Why?
They didn't have the way we thought. How many? Biafra had some small gunboats. Did they have fighting boats? They had some small gunboats, and also Nigeria made a treaty with Cameroon. So we couldn't get anything coming in from Cameroon. That's what you hear about the Bakassi issue.
That's when they
Nigeria
sold Bakassi.
ceded Bakassi to Cameroon in order to achieve that blockade.
In order to take the
Interesting.
Interesting, very interesting. That's how Cameroon took over Bakassi today.
Land blockade, sea blockade.
Yes, completely.
So Biafra was trapped.
Completely trapped.
And the planes could not bring in enough.
No, there's a limit to what the plane can bring. Well, how much can you bring enough food to feed a whole nation?
Hunger became a problem.
Hunger was the major problem. And I can tell you emphatically that if it were not for hunger, the war would not have ended at the time it did. The war ended not out of lack of ammunition. We had passed that stage. Toward the end of the war, we were militarily stronger.
So weapons were not coming in.
More weapons were coming in. More sophisticated weapons. This AK-47, we started using AK-47. But when the war started, we were having Mark IV rifles and SMC, the one that the range cannot be up to 50 meters. The SMC rifle, and then the Mark IV. These were the things we were using. But by the time toward the end of the war, we had gotten a lot of AK-47, SLR. We got some more sophisticated weapons, even the anti-aircrafts. More sophisticated mortar bombs, mortar guns. We had gotten more sophisticated equipment.
But by this time, hunger was making war.
Hunger had taken its toll. To the extent that at that time, you could hardly get a soldier to carry a rifle. Not to talk of shooting it.
They were so weak.
Oh, very weak.
They were hungry.
Very hungry, and even some almost naked, tattered. So even pneumonia and the rest of them came in.
How come food could not come in enough?
No. From where? From where would it come? From where would it come?
Biafra could not grow its own food?
Oh, most of the food producing areas of Biafra were at that time in the hands of the Nigerians. Look at the whole of that Abakaliki side was in the hands of the Nigerians. Look at the whole of that Ahuda, Elele, that area again that was rich food-wise, was in the hands of Nigerians. Look at this part, like Ebema or Haji, that could produce a lot of cassava and all that. We are all in the hands of Nigerians. So what was left for Biafra at the time was the dry land, the central land, the dry land.
You were houses.
Where Umaya or low Newi, that dry land. So couldn't produce his own food.
So Awolowo was right.
Oh yes, he knew what he was talking.
The hunger.
Is a legitimate instrument of war.
And you saw it?
We saw it. We saw it. We saw it. Yeah, we in the forward location, we knew that the end was very close.
You were also hungry?
Well, yes. I wouldn't say, but at my level, I could access some of the food. That's one of the issues. Like, I could access some of the food from the relief agencies.
You were an officer?
Yes, yes. I was a captain, which at that time was a senior officer, So I could access food. So my own level of hunger was not the same.
There was kwashoko in the villages?
Oh, yes. Even there was kwashoko among the soldiers. You see a soldier, you can count his ribs. So that was the situation we found ourselves. And that was what actually led to the end of the war. Hunger.
Hunger.
Not military armament. We are stronger. I saw weapons I'd never seen throughout the...
Did you say Biafrans were stronger?
Huh?
Did you say Biafrans were stronger?
Militarily?
Yes.
Yeah, equipment-wise.
Not equipment-wise, but in terms of courage and skills.
Oh, no. In terms of courage, the Biafrans were, all the time, we are well ahead of the Nigerians. That was obvious.
What was Ojukwu like during the war?
Well,
did he lead well? Was he an inspirational leader during the war?
Oh, very, very inspirational. And again, he had command of English. He spoke very well, and he could convince people. And even when morale was so down, his speech tried to raise our morale, both the soldiers and the civilians. And he was quite a courageous leader.
There was
a radio. I listened to. There was an Okoko on them.
Yeah.
He hails from Cross River, from Calabar. Cross River. He was fantastic. He was fantastic.
And Atlanta Achebe was part of the team that wrote the script for Okoko.
Oh, yes. Not only Achebe, Quincy, all the people you knew, all the good writers you knew.
So the Igbo intellectuals.
The Igbo intellectuals were involved in all aspects of the war. Igbo intellectuals were completely involved. Even this research and production that was producing weapons, they were Igbo intellectuals. Many of them were professors and lecturers in the universities who formed big scientists, who formed those production units. Yeah, they were engineers, scientists, physicians, all sorts of sciences.
While I was reading the Ahira Declaration,
yep,
you could see Ojukwu enunciating the philosophy of Biafra.
Yeah.
Defining the future of Biafra. How Biafra will be scientifically strong. He saw scientific revolution.
Yes.
So perhaps he got that inspiration from what the intellectuals were doing.
Oh, yes. If you looked at Biafra at the time, you would be convinced that this was a nation different from the other nations in Africa. Yeah. It had all.
That's why they were scared.
It had all. Look, if a town, if the Nigerians enter a town, push Biafrans out of this town, before the next day, you see another town has grown by the side there. Biafrans will just make this place more habitable. Look, that was everything. Everybody was cooperating. Everybody was involved. The intellectuals, the youths, even the old men. Everybody was contributing his quota.
Did you hear that? How can we have this kind of contribution in this generation? This last part of the statement of this man touches me a lot. The way Biafrans worked together during the Civil War. The intellectuals were in the forefront. The intellectuals were in the forefront. The young, the youth, the elderly, they were all in it together. In unity. That when you displace them in one place, the next minute they are creating a better environment than the one they left. How can we bring back this very firepower in the Biafran people? Unlike what we have today. And that is why uniting together means a lot. Where are our intellectuals? Where are they? In the present journey that we are going, does it mean that they are not seeing what is happening? Does it mean that they are not feeling the atrocities committed against Biafrans? Does it mean that we have not died enough? It is so sad. Very sad to what we have now. When you listen to this man, to the account of this man, you listen to the account, you begin to ask yourself, how did we get to where we are today? Let's hear him once again.
You will be convinced that this was a nation different from the other nations in Africa. Yeah, it had all. It had a nation different from the other nations.
Scientific revolution.
Oh, yes.
So perhaps he got that inspiration from what the intellectuals were doing.
Oh, yes. If you looked at Biafra at the time, you will be convinced that this was a nation different from the other nations in Africa. Yeah, it had all. It had all. Look, if a town, if the Nigerians enter a town, push Biafrans out of this town, before the next day, you see another town has grown by the side there. Biafrans will just make this place more habitable. Look, that was everything. Everybody was cooperating. Everybody was involved. The intellectuals, the youths, even the old men. Everybody was contributing his quota.
Very wonderful, very wonderful, very wonderful memory. This is a brave soldier that fought during the Civil War.
You have been blockaded on the land and what?
Very statements and saying this one. These are things our people have passed through that we will never forget. Don't allow anybody to intimidate you. Don't allow anybody to talk down on you. Don't allow anybody to make you feel irrelevant. We must continue to speak. We must continue to speak and speak the best way we can. It doesn't matter the lie they project out there. It doesn't matter how they push their lies. Don't buy into it. We can make it. Biafra can stand. And Biafra can be much, much better than you can ever imagine. Biafra is possible. But how are we going to achieve that? You had this man making the explanation how every hand was on the deck. Everybody was contributing. Both the intellectuals, the youths, the elderly, the women. Everybody was working very, very hard to the success and actualization of Biafra. And it yielded fruit. It yielded fruit. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike never to give up. No matter the challenges we see, no matter the obstacles that we are facing, no matter what happens, never give up. Continue to stand strong, continue to remain focused, and continue to believe that Biafra is possible, because it is very possible. Don't listen to the lies of the enemies or the propagandas of our haters. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Their duty is to make us weak, but we will never be weak. So before we round up the program, fellow Biafrans, let us go to some of the informations we can see on their news and look into it. Look into it. This is one of those that caught my attention. Breaking. Bishop Hassan Kuka visits Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison. Every one of you know this Kuka. Every one of you know this is one of the people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned seriously. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned him seriously when he was outside, and also gave him his word. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu promised him that if his fear is that when Biafra comes, that they will be left alone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu promised Kuka that when Biafra comes, that every Christian in the core north will be accommodated in Biafra land. Today, this Bishop Kuka is from Sokoto. He has gone to visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will remind him that promise and tell Bishop Kuka, if your reason for supporting Nigeria, for supporting the Christian genocide, is because you feel that when Biafrans go, you'll not be safe. He will remind him that I said it. It's on record that you'll be accommodated in Biafra land. It is a good news that he went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a good news. Bishop Hassan Kuka visits Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday in Sokoto prison. Just yesterday. So we got to be watching and see what happened. Nigerian government order reopening of 47 Unity College amid heightened security concern. Yoruba Union lambast Tinubu, NSA Rebado over raffle handed to Miyetti Allah members amid attack in Kwara, Kogi. That is it. You will never agree until it becomes too late. This NSA himself is a terrorist. Your NSA is a terrorist. A Fulani is part of the Miyetti Allah. So you don't expect him to take any action against Miyetti. These are the people that are giving information to these terrorists. Your NSA is part of those releasing information. So Yoruba Union lambast Tinubu, NSA Rebado over rifles handed to Miyetti Allah. Rifles handed to Miyetti Allah members amid attack in Kwara. You can imagine. Miyetti Allah members we are seeing holding rifles that were given to them by the National Security Advisor, NSA. Now you understand. When we say they are terrorists, you don't understand. You don't agree. Boko Haram abduct newly elected Biu Vice Chairman, Councillor. Orders on Borno Yobe Highway. Boko Haram. These are the people they come and tell you, oh, repentant or no repentant, put them into military. They are still very much active. Very much active. Boko Haram abduct newly elected Biu Vice Chairman. Councillors. Orders. This one are top officials. They abduct the chairman councillors, others on Borno-Yobe Highway. I never see anything. Deep movement condemned Lagos Police Task Force over rising unlawful raid, kidnapping of citizens. That is the order of the day. Kidnapping of citizens is the one they do without any remorse, and they do it successfully without any hindrance. High Court order attachment of Ondo government funds to pay Ondo government. High Court orders attachment of Ondo government funds to pay 30 million judgment debt to amputee shot by Amoteku. And because Amoteku shoot you, say now police shoot you, you don't get anything. If it was Nigerian police, nobody is going to listen to you. Or Nigerian army, nobody is going to listen to you. Ahmed for the Dangote challenge and a rental system by Azu Ishegwe. Court demand Imo woman over. Court reminds Imo woman over alleged attempt murder of 5-year-old girl. Report calls for Nigerian government attention after discovery of killer headers camp in Enugu. They will never do anything. They will not. Stop wasting your time. The only thing you have to do is to prepare to protect yourself and defend yourself. That is the only thing to do. For Nigerian government to protect you, sorry, you're not going to get that. Report calls for Nigerian government attention after discovery of killer headsmen camp in Enugu. Tinubu reconstitute Electricity Commission, NERC board, calls for power sector reform. Another way to eat money. Another scam. EFCC arraigned 3 Indians, 1 Nigeria, for alleged criminal breach of trust in Kwara. Only in Nigeria. Senate to confirm nominee for NMPDBRA NUPRC chief executive on Friday. That's all you know how to do. FCT administration orders public premises in Abuja to obtain health environmental certificates. Another extortion. That's all you see in Nigeria. Means of extortion. Means of extortion. How to extort people. Islamic Council raises alarm over secret alteration in Nigerian gazetted tax law. They never want to pay the tax law. Even if the tax law is being gazetted is for the Christians, they will never pay. They will not. So whether they are talking or they're not talking, we know they have not been paying tax and they are not going to pay. Judicial autonomy, Ondo Magistrate Court President announces withdrawal of service. Kwara Assembly suspend lawmakers for alleged secretly recording closed-door meetings. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. NBA says NMDBRA boss Farouk Ahmed resignation shouldn't stop corruption trial. That is the man that Dangote called out. He has resigned his appointment. For the very first time, to see somebody accused in Nigeria of a crime resigning from his assignment. And he asked me why. For the very first time, somebody, an appointed person accused of a crime, resigned. The only reason why he resigned is because it is Dangote. And Dangote has a stake in that contraption. Dangote is in the oil sector. And the disgrace is about to face. The only condition that Dangote gave him is to resign. Dangote gave him this condition. As his brother, resign and I will forget about your case. We'll not talk it again. Resign, and he has resigned. Not that he did not steal, he stole, but he had resigned to hide himself. Nigerian police DSP shoots self-head. Nigerian police DSP shoots self-dead amid probe into alleged supply of arms to bandits. You can imagine. A DSP of police shot himself dead. Shoot himself dead amid probe into alleged supply of arms to bandits. Because he's guilty, he can't face the shame. He committed suicide. He committed suicide and died with the secret. That is how bad it is. Boko Haram in the military, Boko Haram in the police, Boko Haram in the House of Assembly, in the Senate, in the presidency, they are everywhere. Look at it. Nigerian police DSP shoots self dead amid probe into alleged supply of arms to bandits. He doesn't want to expose himself and those he's supplying. APC announces Plateau Governor Matt Wang's defection from PDP to ruling party. That is what they do. One party system is what you have in Nigeria. They are all scared. Bunch of idiots that don't have conscience in them. Report reveals identity of Nigerians killed in religious terror attack in November and December. But they will come and tell you there is no religious attack. This is their own news in their own Nigeria. This is their news. Report reveals identity of Nigerians killed in religious terror attack in November and December. United States is watching. The US is watching. And I believe they are going to take the decision. South Africa defends deportation of Kenyan national amid US pressure, insists on sovereignty. Sovereignty. Africa, when it doesn't serve their purpose, they begin to talk about sovereignty. Driver to Gombe governor's chief of staff. Assault humiliates sitting councillor. You can imagine. A driver to Gombe governor's chief of staff assault. Only governor. Because he's a governor to chief of staff. A driver. Because he's a driver to chief of staff. That is why he has to humiliate a sitting councillor. A sitting councillor beaten to stupor and humiliating because he's a driver to a boss. That is Nigeria for you. I've bribed to US, EU partners that Nigeria will implement state police to tackle insecurity, says Tinubu. This man is a joker. This man is a joker. And Nigeria is a joke. That is why he's their president. So the joke is, he's enjoying his own joke. Bayero University Kano issues guideline for PhD master students seeking amnesty. That is all we have for today. And we will continue. I have to remind you, wherever you are, it is a festive time. As you are preparing for your Christmas, prepare very well and make sure you are not distracted. Be very careful, always be security conscious. US Rep. Betty disputes unanimous vote to rename Kennedy Center for Trump, says she was muted. You see? US Rep. Betty disputes unanimous vote to rename Kennedy Center for Trump, says she was muted. Violent protests rock Bangladesh after death of youth leader Sharif Osman Hadi. That is all we have for today, and we pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect us all as Biafrans. Wherever you are, do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. Don't allow anybody to distract you. The battle is not over. We still have a lot of battle ahead of us, and we can win this battle together if we stand together. Unity is the only way we can be able to overcome the challenges that we have today. We cannot win this battle divided. We cannot win this battle by emotion. We cannot win this battle by mere propaganda. You must be prepared. Prepare yourself to face the reality. always speak the truth and nothing but the truth. It doesn't matter whether people like you or hate you. Speak the truth. Question of time. They will come one day and tell you, yes, you said it. A time will come, when they will come, the same people that castigate you will come and tell you, oh, you said it. I remember you said it. Peace without justice is just a pause. Peace without justice is just a pause. If you believe in truth, I urge you to share this very broadcast. If you believe in justice, wherever you are, speak up. Speak up. Don't be silent. If you believe every people deserve dignity, do not be silent. Wherever you are, don't be silent. Biafra is not about destruction. It is about correction. History is watching. The world is listening. And the truth will always outlive denial. I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this very platform today. I thank you all for being part of this program. And I pray may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of us. I wish you a very Merry Christmas in advance. While you prepare, more especially those who are in Biafra land, always be security conscious. We know that our enemies are out there and they are not relenting. They will do everything they can to keep us down. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect us. See you again next time. Stay blessed. Bye-bye, everybody.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu Okike Abiyama pụrụ ihe niile, Chineke na-enye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na isi ala niile anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị onye kere ihe niile ekere eke ma ọ onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị nsọ na-ekiri ha na isi ala niile, ọbụladị ndị n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube gị ngozi etinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị ka anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu wee baa ize obodo kwesịrị isi uwe laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịte ma oge ebide biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na ụmụ ga adakwa na anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na nlekọta nwanne na nwanne ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche iwe tinye ụmụ ya ezi ụmụ nke anyị aka ajọ ihe na ndụ anyị bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I return to Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.